To More at Midday. Each week you've been sending in your questions to our real estate expert Monte Mohr, and he's been able to give our viewers some really good insider advice. Today we're continuing the question answer session with more questions from you folks. So Monte is back. Always good to have you.
Thank you, Casey. Great to be here.
And you know, you've been helping people so much. We really appreciate this, and you're going to continue that today.
We have some great questions, and I encourage everybody to continue those questions coming in. I really enjoy this format of actually bringing value to the community. It's awesome.
Yep, I love it. So the first question, we're going to get right to it, is from Kelly from Hermitage. She writes in and says, we've heard you say that everyone buying a home should have their own buyer's agent to represent them. We've been just calling the agent on the sign of each home we wanted to see. So what's wrong with doing that, and won't the agent be better equipped to answer our questions about the property?
That's a good question. It seems reasonable, but the challenge is if there's ever a problem, and hopefully there won't be a problem through the process, but if there's ever a problem, it's best to have somebody representing your side. It doesn't cost you anything extra. The seller's paying for that fee, but you never go to an attorney and go to the same attorney that the other side is representing the other side. So it doesn't cost anything extra. It's best to have your own representation, is my opinion.
Exactly. Good advice there. Okay, our next question is from Carl and Stephanie, a couple in Madison. They write in and ask, we've been interviewing agents to list our home. Does it really matter what company an agent works for? It seems like the agents we've spoken to have shared more about their company than what they personally know and have done in real estate. What's your viewpoint on this?
Well, though I think it's good to have a good company, I think that's important. But I think far more important is you can look across the table in that agent's eyes and know with heartfelt conviction that agent has your best interest at heart, that they've been there before, that they've experienced some challenges in the process. That's, to me, far more important is the agent that's representing you than the company. Although that's important, I'm not discounting that value. But it's far more important that the tour guide that you're hiring has climbed the mountain more than once. Right. Because there's some pitfalls out there, and that's really, to me, what's most important.
So look for someone who really has your interest.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Interest. Okay. Now the next question is Stephen in Goodlettsville, and he asks, we are finishing off 4 basements and remember hearing you mention on More at Midday something about minimum height requirements. Please share what that is. We want to be able to count this new room in the overall square footage of our home. So what would you tell Stephen?
You know, that's another good question. It's not uncommon when I'm out showing property that we get down in the basement and they're counting that square footage as livable square footage, but if it's not at least 7 feet high, you're not supposed to be able to count it. And what happens many times is somebody buys a home that's 2,500 square feet, counting that square footage, and then a new appraiser comes along and says, you know what, you can't count the square footage, it's only 6.5 feet tall. Suddenly your 2,500 square foot home is shrunk to 1,800 square feet or something like that, and the value's not there. Huge difference. And another area that people finish is the space over their garage. It's important to understand that knee wall can only be, they only can count up to 5 feet. You can't count it all the way down to the floor, so that's an important square footage as well.
Interesting.
That slanted part, that's called a knee wall.
Absolutely. So 5 feet there, and then 7 feet for the other requirement.
The overall height of any room has to be average at least 7 feet.
Okay, definitely, because you want to count all your square footage if you can.
Absolutely. If you're paying for it, you want to be able to count it.
That's right. Okay, we have a home of the week.
We do. We've got a great home in the Spring Hill, Columbia area. This home was on the market. It's only been on the market a short time. I brought it on air a few weeks ago. We sold it immediately when someone saw it. It's an awesome value. This home would normally be priced at around $400,000. We got granite, hardwood floors. The man recently spent $50,000 in the backyard with this beautiful pool area and waterfall, and it's a saltwater pool. It's awesome. It sits on 5 fenced acres. You can have a horse there. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous property for only $339,000. Look at the backyard there.
Wow, that's
and all that's fenced. You know, it's just a beautiful property for only $339,900. I mean, this is one of the best values I've seen all year long.
Wow, that's a lot of land and home for the price.
Yeah, 2,800 square foot home. It's got all the extras. It's in immaculate condition. The man was transferred to Florida, is why he's selling it and making this a super value at $339,900.
Wow, that's a great deal there. Monte, thanks for stopping by and telling us all about it. Always good to have you.
It's a privilege.
Now, if you need help buying or selling your home, call RE/MAX at 615-661-4400, or you can reach Monte directly at 615-614-3143. We also have a link to the website WeSellHomesForFree.com. That's on the More at Midday section of WSMV.com.